All right. Good evening, everybody. So this video is just an overview of something I've been working on recently, mostly about packet radio. As for this radio, I think most people who are interested in ham radio or amateur radio would find it mostly interesting, or maybe from electrical and computer science background might also be able to relate some to a few things here. So today's video is just a small update on basically what been keeping me busy for quite a while now, and it's about packet radio. So I don't want to talk much, but just to give you just a quick overview of what we have here. And so this is what I've been able to connect it so far. When I was given this equipment, it just came in a box, everything just put apart. So just try to connect things together, see whether I could get at least a power LED on or something, just to show that the connections are going on well. And you see, for this kind of radio, it's quite old. We are talking about 1993 and before. And so everything here is very old and needs to be handled very well. So I'm just going to take you guys through what I have, and then at least we can just quickly pick it up from there. So the first thing that I just want to appreciate, and I hope guys who went through such kind of an era would really appreciate this kind of documentation. Just have a look at what I'm talking about. So the equipment was made by a company called Advanced Electronic Application Incorporation, and this is what came with the equipment. It's just look at the size of those manuals. Like, we are talking about pages upon pages of things that's supposed to tell you what to look out for, and basically like how to put things together. And they are very detailed. Like, this manufacturer took the time to clearly explain each and every part, and I'm talking about each and every part, even upgrade manuals. PK-232 manual supplement, that is 7 of 90, and everything is well laid out clearly, like step by step. In fact, one of my favorite manuals is here. This, I think it's like the main manual. It talks about its operating manual for the PK-232MBX data controller, and this is the device which I'm gonna give an introduction to later. So back here, just open the manual and you can see like the detail of this manual. This is what I've been going through for the last few weeks, trying to put together 1, 2, 3, and actually this video is part of a series where I'm going to explain how all this works. And my main goal is to be able to like put this thing together and create my own what do you call this, like a BBS channel or something. This is what used to happen way before the internet became so fast and everything became really fast. So first things first, let me just start it on. So what normally happens is I just use my normal power supply, and you turn it on. It's like same way you turn on any power supply for your HF unit. The manual said the power should be around 13, so just start using this to adjust the voltage. Just make sure it's just close to 13 volts. should be okay. And then coming to this, the TNC, it's called the Terminal Network Controller. This have not been so successful in turning it on. I turned it on and then had something burning, so I think for now we'll just leave it. And then this is just a normal Pentium 4 computer, which got from these second-hand stores. It works pretty fine. I like this because it has most of its ports exposed. We have the display port, and then we have the serial port. This is gonna come in handy for the next series of videos. Down to this device, honestly, I don't even know what this does at the moment, but we should be able to get time to exploit. And then, of course, down here is my HF radio. This is my ICOM 735, which has been really faithful for the last few years I've had with it. So coming down here to the main pass on this, the main guy, this is what honestly has made me scratch my head a lot these few weeks. So this is a PK-232 MBX, and all these manuals are just for setting up this guy. So what happens is it has a connection for two radios. So it has a mode and status. So what you do is first you turn on the power button. Notice it will go into this mode where these two LEDs come on, and then after some time this bow dot LED should come on. So this is what happens. Sometimes it happens like that. Sometimes, like right now, it doesn't come on. Why? I'm really not sure. But that's basically how it's supposed to work. So I really need to spend a lot of time on this MBX. That is PK-232. And then pretty much in the next series of videos, I'll be able to explain how you change the mode from all these different kind of modes and statuses. But basically, this should interface with the TNC up there for you to be able to send and receive a signal. So just to do a quick explanation, forgive me for I'm using my phone here. So I just have to keep switching between one arm and the other. But there's something really interesting about packet radio, which I thought I would just put it across. So packet radio basically means you're sending packet data using radio waves. That means we're sending packet data over HF, high frequency. That is basically what packet radio means. You see, if you compare that with the internet right now, the internet right now uses copper basically to send packets back and forth, very high speed. But this one was, as compared to the speeds right now, very slow. So what happens is we have one PC and the radio here, and the radio is connected to the antenna. So normally happens is that the PC will connect to the TNC. The TNC is this device here. So far this is what I've seen being called the TNC many times. And then the TNC would connect to the radio and then send the transmission. So there's a transmission, and then there's a reception. That means it's transmitting, receiving to the TNC, and then the TNC is sending a push to talk signal to the radio. Again, also sending the audio. So from what I've seen most times is the TNC will send a very funny noise to the radio, which is going to, of course, transmit it. And then the radio, once it receives a signal, again send it back to the TNC, and the TNC sends it back to the PC. So this constant sending of information. So think of it as the internet back then. Back then, this was like the thing, and despite it being slow now, back then it was pretty fast. So it uses the AX2.25. It's called the Amateur X25 protocol. And then, so currently it's now working on the amateur packet reporting system. That's basically what APRS means, and something that we are going to focus on mostly. So far, I've been able to dig up a lot of information about the TNC, which is that blue device there, the one which I burnt, but actually I realized it's one very small component. And so it's connected to two radios. There is the radio 1 VHF, and then of course the radio 2, which are both connecting to the TNC, and the TNC radio and the packet controller we have here. So basically packet radio mostly works on the 2-meter band. That means we are talking about something around 144 megahertz. And 144 megahertz is quite a very noisy band, because 144 is where all the cheap Baofeng handheld radios work. Everybody these days seems to carry one in their pocket, and so 144 tends to be quite noisy. And so basically that's pretty much what I've been able to gather about packet radio. There's also something that I missed showing you guys here. This is the plethora of cables that came with this device. You can just pretty go through all this that needs to be connected. Got a sort of network cables. You've got all this connection, and so I really have a lot of work to just put all this together. And so in the next series of videos, this is what basically we're going to look into. So somebody actually told me to also not forget to do like a video of this thing back here, so you can see how it interfaces to the computer, because this is what I've been able to interface currently. And then it has a connection to RS-232 input output. I don't know whether that's clear enough. And also we've got the keys, that is for Morse code. You also have the scope. The previous owner had managed to change the scope connection, so therefore all the scope actually connected via inside this unit. And then here we have power, and basically radio 1 and radio 2, and some basically auxiliary connections. So at the moment, this is what I have. There's a lot of cables that needs to be also soldered together, so nothing here works just right out of the box. Everything needs to be set up in a specific way for things to work well. So in the next series of videos, I'll be setting up this entire packet radio system. Might take me a couple of weeks or maybe like a month. I'll be doing more regular updates on the video and to show you guys what I've been able to work on. But can I report any problems so far? Yes. And I think that's something that has been giving me quite a headache. You see, connection between the PK-232, this device, and the computer works with the serial connection port. That is, it's completely serial. And so far I've been able to connect the two physically, but not electronically. I don't understand why my computer cannot be able to get to connect to the radio via serial connection. My serial ports seem to be okay on this computer, but I can't seem to get the serial data pulling from here. So that is something I've been trying, and that's the reason why you notice I got this computer here. This is still a Pentium 4. The the progress made on this currently is to try and install Arch Linux, which I did, but I keep failing when it comes to package signing. Yeah. I don't understand why, but Arch Linux 32 keeps failing whenever I try to install packets. Packstuff always reports that there's an error in the keys, refresh keys, tries everything. Still nothing good. Not much good progress over here. So these few days, the first thing I want to do is at least get to install Linux. Any flavor is okay, but I prefer Arch Linux on this. And then already I've gotten a parts shipped for this PSK-1. It's just a single, it's called a single capacitor, which I think maybe I can show you guys here. But this is the manual, and you can see it says operating instructions for PSK packet satellite modem. That's the one. So after going through this manual a couple of times, I noticed they took the time to actually list all the components used, and the component which I am having a challenge to is this. It's called a 10 microfarad 16 volts tantalum capacitor. The number is CAP10 R16T2LS. There are 12 of them. So if you open that, you'll find one of them is toast, and this is what I need to replace with. I've asked around, most hams are telling me you can replace with a normal electrolytic capacitor, which I think I'm gonna try it out, see whether nothing blows, and we'll pick it up from there. So I think that's pretty much what I have been working on packet radio. I have to say this thing is complex, but I'm unraveling it slowly by slowly. I don't know, maybe guys you'd want to take a peek inside this. So just open it gently. I think, oh, the power connection is still there. So, oh yeah, and also the serial cable is connected. So yeah, it might take a while to pop those before we can be able to see inside. So I've seen quite many videos online on guys having this thing, the PK-232MBX. This is the first, I think this is the first revision. There are two of them. The next one after this was not made by AA. I think AA was bought by another company, so they released another one. So I think this is the original model. And ta-da! This is what is inside. Good old electronics. And the previous user had done some modifications which are visible here, and I'm really yet to understand what they were doing, but I think it was for the better good. So the next series of videos I'm gonna go into detail about setting up why those modifications were done, and also basically why pretty much it's like that. So I think that's pretty much it. For any questions, just please drop them in the comment section, and I'll be doing a couple of these videos once in a while as I make progress. So thank you so much, guys, and I hope I've been very clear on this video. The next one will be now going deeper, and I'll of course get something out of this. So have a good one tonight. Bye bye.